Sarah, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make do-it-yourself headbands like this one. And I got this idea from a 17 magazine YouTube video, and I did not know until a month or two ago that 17 has a YouTube channel, and it has really awesome tips. I'm subscribed to it and I love it. So if I remember, I'll put a link in the sidebar so you guys can go subscribe. But yeah, it's just 17 magazine, and they had a video on do-it-yourself headbands, and this really inspired me because I like whenever I go to Claire's and stuff, I like some of the headbands, but a lot of them I don't like. And so for me to be able to make my own headbands and be able to pick my own fabrics, materials, things like that is really cool, and I really like that. So I just went to a fabric store and I got three different patterns of fabric, and they're all the same, pretty much all the same kind of material, but you don't have to do that. If you wanted to get one strand to be fabric, and then you could have another strand to be like a little piece of leather or a little piece of suede, like it can be different kinds of fabrics, and I think it gives it a really cool look. And then of course you can wear these around your head like this, or you can wear like a traditional headband, whatever floats your boat. And yeah, so these are the three different strands that I'm going to be working with today, and I can't wait to make this one because I love this like moon and stars pattern, and then this is like a red and like a gold, and you can see like I like trying to find different kinds of looking patterns. So this one looks like this, and then this is just plain, and then this is the pattern. I kind of like doing that, like finding one that has an unusual texture to it, one that's just like a normal solid color, and one with a pattern. So there's an idea if you're kind of unsure what to look for. But I'm going to go ahead and change the camera angle, and then we'll get started. Okay, so to get started, I'm just going to measure this out for how long I need to wrap around my head. And the way I do that, I'm going to have to show you this. Hello! The way I do this is I just take my thread, or my fabric, and I just put it around my head and see how long does it need to be, and then I make it a little longer than that, just so that I make sure that it is long enough and I don't have to like redo it. And then I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and cut it off. Okay, now this next step is optional, but I personally like to do it. I got some, this is called Fray Check. It's by Dritz, D-R-I-T-Z. Sorry, I don't know if the camera's focusing on that. But it stops fabric from fraying. And this is really important because you'll see like on this end, it's kind of fraying a little bit. And you can always cut that off, but you always run the risk of your ends starting to fray and then having to throw away your headband. So what I'm going to do with this is, as you can see, I have these two just pieces of junk mail, and I'm going to take a little bit of this and just drop it on. And then to let it dry, I'm just going to set it on the piece of paper. Okay, now I'm going to do it to this side, and then I will do it with the other two fabrics, and I'll lay them out, and I'll just kind of let them air dry for like 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back to finish the headband. Okay, so now that those have dried, I'm just going to gather up my pieces. And what you want to do is tie them in a knot at the top so that it looks like this. So I'm just going to pull them around my finger and tie a knot. And for this next part, okay, I want this piece to be like the main pattern in the headband because I absolutely love it. So there are different ways that you can braid it. I mean, we're still doing the simple, like, you know, just 3 sections and braiding, like the simple braid. That's what you're doing. But you can arrange the strands, like have this strand first, this strand second, this strand third, and then they'll show up more. So it kind of takes some experimenting. But also, if you notice, this piece is thicker than the others, so I cannot pull this braid tight when I do it. Otherwise, it does this. It just like folds over itself and you can't see this pattern at all. So I'm just going to start experimenting and seeing how I can maneuver these strands in the braid so that this one shows the best. And I'm sorry for this next part. The only way I can do this and make sure it's kind of pulled tight is if I do this and braid. So sorry about that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So kind of ignore that and just focus on the braid, okay? Okay, and that's actually the first time I've ever done this and liked it on the first try. But anyways, I braided it all the way to the end, and then I'm just going to do the same thing I did up top, and I'm just going to knot it. And then you get something that looks like this. Okay, so now I just wanted to include a quick tip about whenever you're actually buying the fabric, and that is to check on the label. Like, it'll have, of course, above it, like the price tag. And you have to be careful because some fabrics are sold by the spool and some of them are sold by the yard. So for instance, this was $3.49, but it's sold by the spool. So I got this entire thing, which is tons and tons of ribbon, for $3.49. Now, I would not have wanted to pay $3.49 for 1 yard of this, so that's just something to be careful and check whenever you're buying, that it says sold by the spool, and that if it says sold by the yard, that you're okay with the price you're going to pay for just 1 yard of it. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I absolutely love this idea because you can do this, like, you don't have to go out and buy fabric necessarily. Like, I'll show you the first one I made. This is the first one I ever made, and please don't laugh, it looks really crappy because I didn't have that fray check stuff, so you can see it's like fraying all over the place. This is the first one I ever made, and I made it just out of random ribbon that I had lying around. You know, just like the ribbon that you get and you just don't throw it away for some reason, you just hang on to it. And also, these make awesome gifts. I made a couple of these for a friend of mine for her birthday, and she's kind of one of those girls that she kind of has everything. Not in like a bad way, like she's spoiled or something, but as I was trying to think, what do I get for her? Do I get her a necklace? No, she has lots of necklaces. Do I get her earrings? Like, I was trying to think of what to get her and something that would be creative. And I made her a couple of these and she loves them. And of course she has headbands, but she doesn't have like custom-made headbands, you know what I mean? So these would make great gifts for people for Christmas, I think, to make them a couple of these. And yeah, they're not too expensive to make, but what I really like about it is it's so much more personal than just giving someone a headband. I love, like, if someone gave me something that they made, it would mean a heck of a lot more to me than any like headband they could buy or whatever. So yeah, but just kind of an idea for Christmas. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys have any questions about any of the steps or anything like that, you guys could let me know. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye!